A quaint little birdie has told rumor you're looking to edit. And if such is the case, you're in luck, because the Nest was built for it. And more, of course, but, editing too. But today, since that's what you're after, that's what we'll cover. We got a couple of different programs at your disposal in the booth, and I'll give you a small overview of them today, hopefully setting you up to march to the beat of your own drum. If you haven't seen our Booth Basics video yet, I would more than highly recommend it before you watch this one. It's about 5 minutes long, and it'll tell you what's going on in the booth and how to set up all the necessities. That video is going to be the top link in the description, so if that applies to you, I'll meet you back here in a minute. Welcome back. Let's get started. First and foremost, I would like to explain to you the depths of information I'm going to go into this video. As I'm creating these tutorial videos, I'm moving on a scale from most information, least detail, to least information, most detail. In this video, I'll cover everything booth editing related, but I'll save my how-tos for the future ones. And if that didn't make a lick of sense, it'll catch on, don't worry. There's two things that are going to remain true no matter which editor you're using. You're going to have to get your footage to the computer, and you're going to have to organize all your files. Luckily, both of these are very easy to make happen. When it comes to getting your footage into the computer, that can be done one of two ways. One of which, if you have the footage on your phone, you can upload it to Google Drive like I have here, and then you can download it off of the computer and stick it into your editor. Or if your footage is on an SD card, you can get one of our SD card readers from Yearbook, plug it into the computer, and download it off of there. Now, organizing your footage is truly simple. It doesn't need to be organized per se, but your own mess has to be in your own space. On the desktop, you'll see 3 different student folders. There's no difference between them. I just thought one would be crowded. There could be 4, 5, or 20 by the time you're watching this. I have no idea. You'll open up the student folder, create a new folder with your name, and then put all your stuff in there. From there, you can organize it however much or however little you please. If you look into mine, it's a bit of a... Oh, wow. It's a bit of a... I'll clean it later. Now, before we jump into the editing softwares, I'm sorry, humor me for a moment. I'd like to make a specific note on headphones, because this computer doesn't run them directly into the computer, as most of you are probably familiar with, but through an audio interface. Getting to use the headphones is actually just as simple as plugging them in. You've got 2 1/4-inch headphone inputs here, each with their own respective volume knobs. Both can be used at the same time, though heads up, these headphones require a lot more power than these headphones. So just make sure you check when you're plugging in these headphones especially that the volume isn't just completely turned up. Also, this is important. The cable on these headphones stretches long enough to hit the floor while you're using them. If the cable were to get caught on the wheels of this chair or to be stepped on, yanked on, pulled on, or anything else, because the headphone cable isn't detachable, the headphones will be ruined. As you use the headphones, let the cable sit on your lap or on the desk or literally anywhere, just not on the floor. The headphones and cables, if not in the booth, are in the storage cart in front of the booth. The booth manager and the principal are, at this time, the only 2 people with keys to that cart, so find one of them's. Okay, now let's look at some programs. First on the docket, we have DaVinci Resolve 18. Right now, I'll show you at a glance what this editor is capable of, though if you're looking for a thorough step-by-step tutorial right off the bat, the second link in the description is a really good thorough tutorial on the basics of DaVinci Resolve. In time, I hope to make one of my own, but as a 3rd quarter senior, time is not my friend. So right now we are in the project files for the tutorial I did on the school's field recorders, and I'm going to give you a little tour from inside of here. I'm quite fond of DaVinci. It was my editor for a number of years, and I'll have you know it packs quite a punch. DaVinci's workflow is set up into 7 different workstations you can see at the bottom here. At the far left, you have your media tab, which is for organizing all of your video clips, your songs, your images, everything you're going to be compiling your video out of. Right next to it, you've got your spot for cutting up all your clips and slamming them together. Moving one further to the right, you have a more extensive, thorough editing section where you can add different media like text, or you can manipulate your footage or audio where you couldn't in the cut section. Moving again to the right, you get the Fusion tab, which allows you to do a lot of cool things. You can play with your footage in a lot of different fun ways in here and add a bunch of effects. If I pull up the tab here, you can get a basic feel for a lot of cool things. Whereas stepping from the cut section to the edit section opened a lot of doors for accessibility on working with your clips, stepping from edit to Fusion opens tenfold. Moving across one more, you have the color section for all of your different color grading. One more, you have your audio section for your audio work. And finally, you have your spot for exporting your video. You don't need to work through these workstations linearly. You can kind of bounce around for whenever needs arise in your project. If you're looking for examples of what DaVinci Resolve can do, this tutorial, as well as all of the other tutorials on our channel, were created in-house, using our editing equipment, our video software, everything. We also have a student showcase playlist on our channel for students, myself included, to upload their work and show you what our gear is capable of. Now, moving on from DaVinci Resolve, we have Final Cut Pro. Now, I do have a confession to make. I've never used Final Cut, but I can tell you with confidence that it offers just about everything DaVinci Resolve offers, just in a different package. A lot of editing, especially in the level and context of school, comes down to personal workflow preference. Most of what you'll need is in both of these editors. It's just up to you to see which way you like your dish prepared. Final Cut does everything I talked about in DaVinci, but as you can see, it is more of a one workstation setup. Everything you're going to be doing is on this screen here, but you're still able to access everything you could in DaVinci Resolve. Similarly to DaVinci Resolve, if you're looking to get an in-depth step-by-step tutorial on how to use this whole program, you can check the third link in the description. Lastly, we've got a program that isn't necessarily video editing oriented, but I don't know where else to put it in. OBS is the final program I'll be talking about today, and for our purposes, it is a overqualified screen recorder. This program can do a lot of things, though in the context we're using it in, a lot of them are useless. If you're needing to record footage of anything you're doing on the computer, such as what I'm doing right now, you'll be using OBS for it. OBS has the ability of looking relatively complicated, but I assure you it's relatively simple. On the far left, you'll find your scenes, and all your scenes are different collections of sources. Sources are the collection of video that I'm telling OBS to capture. So here I have the screen capture, which is actually capturing everything you're seeing. Here I have the webcam, which is actually recording my webcam, and I can move that around within here. And then I have my audio capture for the actual microphone right here. To the right here, of course, you have your audio control of your microphone and your computer. Your audio input capture is the microphone you're using, and your screen capture is if I were playing a video or something, or the computer was making noise, it would be picking that up here. Scene transitions are your transitions between scenes. And just about the only button you'll ever need over here is your starting and stopping recording. And thus is everything the Nest is equipped with. Ignore the fact that everything is different. It has been 2 weeks since I last spoke to you. Any video you need edited can be taken care of inside of here. While this video is letting you know what we've got our hands on, I highly encourage you to walk your own path down whichever video editing rabbit hole you please. No matter how niche whatever one topic may be that I make these videos for, I make them as a starting off point to your own research rather than a one-stop shop for all you'll ever need. And as your jumping off point, make sure you check our channel for further tutorials such as the one I'll be making next, Music in the Nest, which, speaking of, I should probably get to work. Winter break was not productive. I'll see you.